Hey, what's up guys? I'm back with a video on my 50 level Sun Cleric, and man, this class is good. This class is the baby of a Paladin and the Smite Priest. It has all roles. You can go healing with this tree, which you get like a little bit more of AoE. You get tank from this tree, I will talk in a little bit. And you can get like a melee DPS like I am now here on this tree. It feels like a Paladin but with dual wielding. As you see, I'm dual wielding. And you can go range DPS with this tree. How cool is that? You have a plate wielding shield and almost all weapons with this class as a caster. Now before we hop into the class, let me just say guys, I'm closing to the end of my videos, the challenge of 21 classes in 21 days. I'm posting one video for each class each day, and I hope you like that. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing and giving me a like, because I would like to expand the channel a little bit and show this content to other guys too. Now let's hop onto the class. This class is like a very fun class. It reminds me a little bit of a Smite Priest and a Paladin, but it has more complex mechanics. The solar power will be one. The solar power is what you just use abilities and get solar power, something like this, and you get this cool animation, and then you expand them to use spells, or if you go to max level you get a nice buff. So this class core kit has everything. It has pretty much everything you need. You got like a melee ability, you've got like 1, 2, 3 heals, you get this nice AoE here, you get a debuff, a disease cleanser, you get a taunt, you get a casting ability that you can spam it, something like this. You get a nice cast here, and you got pretty much everything you would need from a class, at least for a core kit, because this is one of the classes that you got every role on. I think it's level 15, so you can level each way you want. You can go with the questing, or you can go with the dungeon route as a DPS tank or healer. Pretty good on each role, but let's start with the healer. Hello guys, let's talk a little bit about healing with the core kit on the Sun Cleric. The Sun Cleric is pretty much the most common healer you will play. It has the tools that every healer usually have, and the coolness with the solar power. You see, you got a nice healing here that gives armor contribution. You got a bigger, stronger heal that uses solar power. I will talk about solar power in a little bit. You got like another heal that utilizes solar power, and you get a buff if you have more than 10. You got a hot here. You see, I got a hot, I got a dispel, and that's pretty much it. You see, I got 10 solar powers now. If I use my spell, I'm using my spell, I get a buff, and my spells are better. This becomes instant spell, something like that. This AoE here has a cooldown, but it heals a lot, as you can see. So from all the healers in this game, this is the most usual healer, the healer that feels more common to you, that you played before. And I would say he's a little bit of a priest healer. That's how I have him categorized in my mind. You get also more spells from the healing tree. This is the healing tree. You get a nice stance, holy form, and he's pretty straightforward, other than the solar mechanic, the solar power mechanic, which, as I said, empowers your spells, and the more you have, the better spells you can use. And when you reach 20 stacks, you get this cool sunset form. You see, I get like this nice animation, and my spells get haste and power It's like an empower state. You see, pretty nice. So that's it about with the core healing on the Sun Cleric. So did you like the healer? You should be pretty familiar with this kind of playstyle. I guess it's like the most easy healer in the game to get into. I'm sure everyone played something like this. Now let's hop on to the tanking. Let's talk a little bit about the Seraphim tree, which is more of melee and tank. You can go two ways with this tree. You can go as a tank with shield abilities, or you can go something like this, dual wielding melee abilities. It seems like the melee DPS part of this tree is a little bit of Paladin, but with dual wielding and a lot of holy damage. And the tanking tree is pretty much a tree that you would expect. You get an absorb, you get this fun mechanic that you run and it does damage, but the name of the game is managing your rage. And if you don't know how to manage your rage, you're pretty fucked. Most abilities here consume rage, so now this is nice charge, like it gives me like a nice DPS at the end. You get this nice shield that is for your team, not only yourself. Pretty good ability. You get this life tap, but for rage, you see, and I get rage. You get this nice defensive here. You get your own self healing on 15 seconds cooldown, nice heal. You get this, it's like a stance that you activate it, and whenever you get hit, the opponent gets damage, and you get the tanking stance, the Valkyrian Oath, from the core kit. So it's pretty fun because this is a plate wielding tank with a shield. You see plate and a nice selection of weapons, but you got your ranged abilities. Don't forget about your ranged abilities, so you can pull everything you like. You have a huge array of tools on your disposal, and it should be really easy to tank if you know how to manage your rage, because this is a rage tank. You should be strength and use a shield and a sword, and if you go the melee DPS part of the tree, you should also be strength but dual wield. Let me do like a nice AoE pull here so you can see how this class plays. You see they get damage when they come near me. Just a little showcase. I'm getting my rage, my abilities are online. This nice AoE threat with a stance, it's like a shield slam but AoE shield slam, cool. Get my little shield here, heal, again with the AoE abilities, and then I can use this too. As you see, I don't take much damage, and even if I take, I can heal. I can even use my regular heals from the core kit, but you see, healing is nice. Let me do the defensive. Let's just go a little bit more damage now to heal them. Use my abilities, this is fun. Again, my AoE abilities are online. As you can see, pretty easy. My problem with this class, it's not a big problem, but it's still a problem, is that you need 3 kinds of gears. You need strength gear for this tree, you need intellect gear for the caster tree, and you need spirit gear for the healer tree. That's a pretty big trade-off. And the other part is that you don't have a buff, which sucks. This class probably will be on raids, but you can contribute with a buff on this class. Okay, let's showcase a little bit tank footage from the Sun Cleric. Okay, let's just see the tanking, how it goes. I use this whenever they hit me. They get hit back. I use my AoE abilities, you see. I'm spamming Solar Strike, pretty easy. I use my shield so everyone gets a shield. I can heal myself. I'm getting rage with this. it seems that this tank is not the best tank considering threat. Survivability is really good, you get this nice shield to everyone, and I would take him as a tank that is a support tank, like that can help others with this, because you can cast the shield every 15 seconds to all your group. Pretty nice, you really can't die, you have so much healing. You got nice defensive too. So my thought on this tank is that I don't know if it will be the main raid tank, but for dungeons it should be better, at least with this kit and this kind of gear I have now. As you can see, this tank does really nice damage. Another good thing of this tank, you see I'm getting everyone a shield, I'm using this ability, Divine Vigil. But managing rage is the most important thing of this class, and this class playstyle is with cooldowns, which is like the worst thing for me. You see every ability like has a cooldown here, so you need to remember the cooldowns, which I'm really bad at. But as you see, damage is nice. This tank has other good things going on. A lot of self-heal, a lot of utility. You provide the shield buff all the time. You can heal, you can use this to even heal. I'm thinking we're gonna see many people going different route with this tank when we get to max level. I mean, you got a caster tank that has his caster abilities, healing abilities and tanking abilities. So super utility tank. Super utility. Nice damage. Nice survivability. The only thing that I find lacking is strength because of the cooldowns and mainly managing rage. That's my final thoughts on the tank spec. That tank was a little bit weird, right? But it's good, it's good. I would say it's a little bit more utility tank. I don't think that you could go intellect with this tank, depending, you see this buff. It gives you 100% to 100% more intellect and block rating from 200% more armor from your intellect and block rating from your intellect. But I think the gear is not really up to this level to just justify go intellect. So I would say stay as a strength. That's on the tanking. How about hopping onto the caster spec? Okay, let's talk about the piety tree now. That's the caster tree. You obviously go intellect. You go spirit with the healer, as you know. But here is a DPS. I would say a little bit more single target DPS. And what's the mechanic behind this tree? You got your holy abilities that does holy damage, something like this, this and this. This you can cast it only if you have 10 solar power, so the solar power mechanic comes back. And this one is both fire and holy, and you just get buffs, something like this. You get increased critical strike buffs. You get something like this, that if you use like fire abilities, your holy gets casting time reduction and critical strike, and the other way around, if you use your holy abilities, your fire critical goes, you know. This one is for the holy, and this one is for the fire. You see, this class dictates intellect for the critical, and you can go full caster. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 abilities that go from afar, and you can spam this and get your solar power. Let me showcase. I spam, I'm getting solar power, then animation. I'll get the buff for my Spear of Light, but I can't use it. As you can see, I need to have 10 solar power, so I keep spamming. So you can spam this. This is an instant cast. This is an instant cast. You see, I get the buff, I get the other buff. My holy spells does 100% more damage. So you need to play between fire and holy damage, and yeah, you see I get this buff now. Your next fire deals 40% increased damage. So You can go fire and holy, or you can mix and match, or even go play geese with your core abilities, something like this. But you can go full caster. It's nice that you have options. This is the most finished class I think. Every tree from the beginning. I think I played this class at the start of the alpha last year, and it was pretty similar to this. Not as finished as this, but it was. You can see where they were going. So let me showcase like a full rotation. I get some solar power now. Go with the holy, I get the buff for the fire. Go fire, big critical. Get the buff for my spear. Boom, big heals. I get the sunset. I cast faster. I can cast again this. You see criticals all day. I didn't use any. Let me just dispel. I didn't use any close melee abilities. Let me do a pull using these two abilities too, which are really strong, both of them. Let me do a pull here so you can see it's... I would say this is more of a raid spec. Getting... You see everything is better when you use your melee abilities. You get a little bit more burst. You see it's faster. I didn't even do a good rotation. The good thing is you can heal yourself if you got your dispels. Now, you can get a buff. Where is it? Yeah, this, that you get rage from your criticals, and you can use these cool abilities. This one is like a really nice AoE ability. And it does a lot of damage. Let me just get some rage. Get rage to 100%. Now check this out. I do rapture and check out this cool animation. Whoa, really nice damage too. Let's just kill him fast. Oh, let me dispel again. So you also have this from the core kit. Pretty nice ability. You can go full caster or a geese or any combination that you prefer. Really nice class, really fun. It gives you options on the way you want to play. You see now that was a very fast cast of Spear of Light because of the buffs. So that's how you play the caster. I really love the caster spec, guys. And let's talk a little bit about this melee. Pretty fun, nice abilities, dual wielding, fast DPS as you see. It just drains a little bit of your life, going for damage. But as you see, I can do pretty good damage with this. I'm a dual wielding monster, which I can heal myself and just smash them pretty easy. And I got my hot if I want. I got my regular heal. So this class feels the most finished class. It's a good class to invest. You can level either way you want. You can go level with melee or caster DPS if you like. I can see it going as a tank to just do huge pulls, or you can go the dungeon route, which you get all your tools pretty much at level 15. I think this will be the end of the video, guys. That's cool animation, man. It's even better than last year. Thanks for watching, guys, and please stay if you want to see all spell and talent of this class. Have an amazing day as always.